Hello everybody, you're listening to Mark Ling, and in this particular webinar we're going to be looking at how to get reliable rankings post Penguin and Panda, and in particular how to use Linkwheels to dominate the search engines. For me personally, Linkwheels form around about 20 to 25% of my link building strategy. So it's a very important chunk, and Alex is going to show you how to get reliable rankings post Penguin and Panda, how to use Linkwheels to dominate the search engines. He's going to teach you how to do them manually for those of you that want to do it manually, and you can get great results from that. But he's also going to demonstrate his software later in the webinar for those of you that are interested in being able to do it at a much faster pace and do it a bit more reliably and faster. And he's going to give you a special deal on that particular software at the end of the webinar, where you get some special bonuses and so forth. So look out for that at the end. So without further ado, though, I want to introduce you guys to Alex. Welcome along, Alex.
Hey, thanks a lot, Mark, for having me. It's great to be here, and it's been a long time since I've seen this many people on a webinar, so I'm really excited, and I think people are excited too, and rightfully so, because the stuff that we're going to be discussing tonight is really one of the keys to internet marketing today. And in fact, it's also a very hot topic at this moment because it's very timely. This is fresh stuff that's really based on things that have happened in the last 2 months at Google and in the search engines, and how to kind of recover from that and strive in the new environment. So you're going to see that I've really done my research, and you're going to want to take a lot of notes because I'm going to really lay down the exact formula. And while I'm not going to go over anything mind-boggling or complex, the great thing is that I'm going to give you a simple, applicable formula and stuff that I'm absolutely certain that if you're building niche websites, or if you've been thinking of building niche websites, or if you want to start an internet marketing business by getting passive income, building niche websites, getting free traffic from Google to those websites, converting those into visitors, and so on, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to be able to apply it to what you're doing right now, and I think you're going to enjoy that a lot. So here's what we're going to cover. First of all, we're going to talk about the state of SEO and internet marketing today, because as I said, there's been a few changes recently, and namely what happened in the latest updates. So Google's kind of been on a rampage, and they've been doing some pretty radical things, and some things that have hurt a lot of marketers, and also at the same time created kind of a very interesting opportunity, because at any time where some websites go down, well, some other websites have to come up and take their place. And when there's big shakeups like this, something's for sure is that everything's up for grabs again. So it's kind of an equalizer in a way, and it's nice that people starting out can have something kind of within their grasp. So we're also going to talk about what the experts are recommending concerning those latest updates. What are we going to do about this? A lot of people are running scared. A lot of people are kind of like headless chickens. They don't know where to turn. They don't know who to believe. It so happens that I've got a lot of data from several different industry insiders, and I'm just going to be revealing that information to you, and I think you're going to find it interesting to have at least a couple of voices saying the same thing. We're going to talk about how to recover lost rankings, because a lot of people lost their rankings in the recent shakeup, and even some good sites lost their rankings in the recent shakeup, and even sites that weren't doing anything supposedly wrong according to Google. And we found that using a very simple method, we're able to recover most of the lost rankings fairly quickly. So I think that's good news. We're going to talk about how to gain new rankings, rankings that are hopefully or normally going to stick. So we're going to talk about how to take basically new websites or aged websites and get new rankings for your keywords using essentially a variety of links and the tactics that work today that are post-Penguin and post-Panda effective. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we're going to talk about using Linkwheels as a top-level backlinking strategy, and something that should really be part of what you're doing right now in internet marketing. You're going to see the importance of this is going to become very clear as we move forward in this presentation, because it's going to become clear to you the way that Google operates, and it's going to become clear to you that there is a way that you can use this to your advantage, and hopefully that you can even automate it to a great extent so that you can get even more bang for your buck. Excuse me. So first of all, just a tiny bit of background on myself. I don't like talking about myself, so I'm not going to talk long, but I think that you do deserve to have just a little bit of knowledge on that. So I'm now, I think, 33 years old, if I remember correctly. I've actually been around the internet marketing circuit for a long time now. I think it's 7 years or something like that. So that kind of makes me like an old fart of internet marketing, I guess. But I've paid my dues. I was, the typical rags to riches story. That was me as the guy that doesn't have rich people in his family, didn't even have a university degree, barely had an email address until I kind of got started in things, and I just kind of had a dream, and I believed it pretty hard, and I wanted to go after it, and so I just kept trying, and things worked out for me. So here I am. But essentially, the first things that did work for me were search engine marketing, and it's something that I've stuck with ever since. So one of the first things that I did in search engine marketing was what we refer to as black hat search engine optimization. Ooh, I know it sounds all scary, but essentially it's not. It's just kind of how to trick the search engines into giving you high rankings and lots of traffic for minimal work, and also kind of sadly without adding any value whatsoever to the internet. So you're not looking to write content that if you can get the worst content in the world to work, that's what you're going to use. So I don't do that anymore. Disclaimer. It doesn't work very well anymore. It's difficult to pull off. It requires a huge amount of complexity and moving parts to make it work. And also it's like it's a constant battle. Like you put stuff up, Google takes it down, and it's like they're winning that war. And so it's not an interesting war to fight. But what is less like a war and more kind of like a cooperation is to build decent to good quality websites, target good buyer niches, and go after them with essentially sharp, aggressive search engine tactics that work and that continue to work and have worked for years and will probably continue to work for a long time. And something that we just kind of adapt the formula as things go along to fit the flavor of the day, but the base remains the same and works well. So essentially, that's it, 7 years, and today I'm connected with many top names and resources like Mark himself and just about everybody in the SEO industry and the who's who of internet marketing. And I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just telling you that because in the SEO circle in particular, information does get around. We all have websites that are out there, testing the waters, kind of like going fishing, so we know where the fish are biting, where they're not biting, what bait you should be using, and we talk among each other because, face it, we all get to make more money if we kind of share about what's working. And one of the things that people don't realize is that the pie is big enough for everybody. So even at the top level, we're not really afraid to share. It's not like we tell each other what our cash cows are, but we do kind of share the methods. So, and I'm going to share some of the kind of key conclusions that we've come to about that with you, and that's why that's important. So here's the state of things today. Google is kind of taking a battle axe to SEO. This has been going on for a while. If you remember, now here's something about SEO is that it's a very lucrative thing. Okay, if you can bend Google to do your bidding, that's a very lucrative thing. I mean, small businesses will get more clients, affiliates will be able to drive traffic, leads, get people on their list. Online businesses can directly make sales of services, and the sky's the limit. So if you can control Google and you can control the traffic, you have tremendous power at your fingertips. And so there's kind of a cat and mouse thing going on where a bunch of smart people have realized that if you can bend Google to do your will, you get to make a lot of money, either by driving traffic for yourself or driving it for other people. And Google knows that there's this small amount of people that are profiting from this on a crazy level, and there's kind of a little war between the two. And it's not a war that anybody ever clearly wins. The affiliates are there, and the people are there making their money and pretty much taking as much as they can, and Google stops some things from working, but then other things that work crop up, and so it's just it's ever changing. But essentially, where I want to go with this is that Google recently has made some pretty big and bold moves, things that we've never really seen before. a couple of those things, well, we're going to get to that in just a second, let's say. So many people lost rankings, and many people right now are crying wolf. They're saying like, oh, SEO is dead, all link building is dead, and these kind of crazy notions that that actually is really what Google wants you to believe. And Google is notorious for coming out with press releases and blog posts from their chief of spam engineer, Matt Cutts, saying things that simply are not true to mislead people into not doing SEO things that work, if that makes any sense. So they tell you this is what you should be doing, this is what you can't be doing, and if you read between the lines and if you actually do the things that they're talking about, you realize that most of it ain't entirely true. And the sad thing, though, is that few people actually do know what's going on or have reliable information, because you need to have websites, you need to have more than one website, you should be in multiple niches, and you should probably know a bunch of people that are doing the same thing, and then you can say that your information is reliable. So the latest update, well, many sites were wiped out, and some of these sites were actually really high quality, and they did no SEO or almost no SEO. Case in point, one of my good friends and partners online, Jared Croslow, has a website called Clickonomics, and if you have a look at it, you see that it has kind of link-baity content, so like really, fairly high-level content, the kind of thing that people link to naturally, and the kind of thing that I personally find very difficult to pull off, and the kind of thing that I think a lot of people find very difficult to pull off, aka writing content that other people spontaneously start linking to just because they think it's so good. I mean, I haven't found a magical formula for that, and so I don't include that in my formula. But for him, he happens to be an artist, so he draws things up fairly easily. He's got a good sense of humor, and so it all fits together for him, and he's able to create those things and get a lot of links that way. Well, wouldn't you know it, he was one of the sites that was penalized in one of these latest updates, and he hadn't done any kind of SEO at all, so why is he getting penalized? And at the same time, there's these low-quality sites out there that are, like what they call thin affiliate sites, and they're thriving. Why? Well, it's because Google's kind of confused, and well, it's not confused, it's just that when they make changes to their algorithm, they increase certain things, decrease certain things, penalize certain things, and the result of that is not always clear in the sense that you can't just get the bad guys. Sometimes when you apply a certain filter to try and get the bad guys, you get a lot of bad guys, but you get a lot of good guys too. And sometimes Google thinks that's okay, and sometimes they don't. And the point is that everything kind of still works, and if you get unlucky, you get some stuff that gets penalized, and there's going to be a formula for how to unpenalize them, and then you keep going, and essentially that's how you win that little war. So another thing here's the radical thing that Google did, okay, is that they went into and successfully dismantled and destroyed 3 or 4 of the top link networks out there. So we're talking about sites like Build My Rank. We're talking about link networks, one of them I believe owned by the Cowan brothers, and others, where Google went in there and basically started de-indexing sites and penalizing the whole network. And that essentially that's something that they never done before, because that means that they really now SEO kind of became on their radar, and they said, hey, this is working a little too well, and we're going to do something about it. So they did something about it, and that was about a month and a half ago, and a lot of people kind of went crazy, like, whoa, what just happened? And it had a big impact on a lot of people, because link networks really do work. Now, the good news is that since then, some of the link networks have been able to come back and kind of recuperate from what happened, while some others have not. But they've also found a way to kind of keep Google out for now, which is good news. And also in this latest update, there was a big change to over-optimization on-page and off-page. So this is a key notion, because if you're not making changes to how you're doing your on-page and off-page SEO, things are not the same anymore. It's just simply not the same, and if you don't adjust for it, you're going to be in big trouble. And yes, we are going to talk about that in just a second. So here's what the experts are saying. I'm not sure I'm allowed to quote all of these guys, but I'm going to do it anyways because they told me, and they didn't say not to repeat what they said, so I guess that means I'm allowed to say it. But so Jared Croswell and Keith Baxter, they have a huge SEO operation going on, and one of the things that they've told me, and that a lot of other people have told me, is that building naked links to your website will bring back lost rankings and help you increase rankings in cases where you're stuck. And so what do naked links mean? Well, a naked link is a link where there's no anchor text. So literally it's just, the website is linked through a straight up URL and there's no anchor text. So the anchor text is the name of the website. And essentially what that does is it counters one of the things that has happened is that people were linking using the same anchor text too much to their websites. And so that's one of the things that Google picked up on. They said, hey, if you have, if you've got 100 links coming into your website and 78 of them say, shiny blue shoes, well, there's a pretty good chance that you're a search engine optimizing dude and you're trying to optimize for shiny blue shoes, and they're kind of right. So when you add a bunch of naked links to the mix, you dilute your over-optimization, and so your overall keyword density of incoming links goes down, and Google says, oh, okay, I guess he wasn't screwing around after all. So that's kind of the theory, and it's proven to work so far. Now, Matt Callan, who I've talked to, is one of the owners of the link networks that got affected, and basically they were able to find out how Google got into the network and also how to keep them out, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Another guy that I talk to regularly is a guy called Mo Teki, and he runs the SE Nuking SEO outsourcing company, and they have hundreds of high-profile customers in all sorts of different niches. And basically, they're saying the same thing as Dory F. from SEO Nitro is saying, which is build a lot of links and make sure that you have quality links in the mix. And I'm going to read you a quote from that in a second. And my partner, the coder behind Rankbuilder, pretty much agrees that the formula is essentially to have a lot of different varied links and some high-quality links. So let's just go to that quote from Dory F, should I say, from SEO Nitro. So this comes from the SEO Nitro case study that was circulated pretty widely and that a lot of people saw. And I'm not going to read you the whole thing. It's a pretty big document with a lot of charts, and they go through a lot of different websites because they're an SEO consulting company and they act with some pretty high-profile clients and a lot of websites. They've got a lot of data, but here are the important things that I took out of that and things that I think that you should know. This is lesson 3. And it says low-value sites make up the majority of the internet, and this is something that a lot of goody two-shoe white hat SEOs don't understand or don't want to understand, and it's really the truth, is that low-value sites make up the majority of the internet. And it says the internet is made up with low-value links just by being the nature of the internet. Ain't that true? So get links from all of them, from article and web directories, forums, sidebar, and blog roll, and didn't think I would ever say that, lol. And blog networks, press release networks, social, web 2.0, images, profiles, comments, etc. So you get the point. The more the merrier. And yes, I want the authority links too, but it might be funny if I only have PR5s pointed at me. And doesn't that make a lot of sense too? So Google kind of tries to dissuade us from getting a lot of links from a lot of different sources, but that's really what is working, except that there's a key is that you need to have both types of links, both high quality and low quality links. So let's talk about recovering lost rankings. First of all, Google, as I've told you, is capricious and misleading. So they make mistakes in their algorithms and they pretty much lie about what's working and what's not working, so you can't believe them. You can believe the good stuff that they tell you, but exercise a lot of your own judgment and you'll go a long way. Updates like the latest one will not go unchecked, meaning Google's already kind of making adjustments to it, and rankings for a lot of people are going up, so it was kind of a false alarm in some ways. Continuing to build links is absolutely the way. Okay, when this happened, we had some sites where we stopped building links entirely, and we had some sites where we continued building links, and the result is clear. The ones where we continued building links are doing much better. You get that dreaded email saying from Google saying, it looks like you've been engaging in unnatural link building practices. And the funny thing is that there is no such thing as a natural link building. You can't do it. They say that any SEO is bad. So if you're building links by definition, you're doing something wrong. But anyways, that's a story for another day. Not all links are created equal. This is really important, and I'm going to explain to you the distinction in just a second, because when you understand this, then you know how to cater to the formula and feed Google like a hungry little kitten. And when you don't understand this, it's like fighting a big fat tiger. So no fun. And some practices are now harmful, and they must be avoided. If you do everything right and you don't avoid basically these two things, you're in big trouble. So let's talk about those harmful practices. So on-page keyword stuffing is something that before, there was less of a clear line. But now, if you're doing keyword stuffing, if you've got your keyword and your title and your meta tags and your H1, H2 and bolded and italicized and and it's there like 5% of the text is your keyword, and then you used like every single relevant keyword that you could find on Google, and you stuffed it in the text, that will get you pretty much nuked. So you really want to take it a lot easier, and the way that you do that is pretty much by using topic relevancy. So here's what topic relevancy is about: is that when you're talking about when you're writing an article or a piece of content, or you're creating any piece of content, let's call it an article. Well, some people might be tempted to use an abusive amount of keywords in there, and you want to go with less. You want to have your main keyword and have it dense enough so that Google kind of sees that that's the most important keyword in the page, and then you could have another couple of related keywords, but for the rest, you just want to write naturally and naturally cover the topic that makes sense when you're talking about something. So, when you're talking about dog training, you'll probably be talking about dogs. You might talk about dog breeds and dog collars and dog leashes, and treats and that kind of thing, and it'll just come naturally if you know the topic well. And so really it's essential that you go with less keywords, more natural writing, and don't over-optimize. Don't put your keyword in everything imaginable. That was a good thing to do before, and now it's a bad thing. So if you've got it in your image tag and your video tag and your title, and you get the point, it's too much, and it really has a negative impact, and quickly. Another harmful practice is that when you're linking to your site from outside properties, okay, so when you're doing off-site SEO, varying the anchor text much more than before is necessary. So before, as I was saying, you might have 50, 60, 70% anchor text. If you have a dog training website, you might have 50 or 60% of your links coming in saying dog training, dog training, dog training. That's way too much. 5%, 10% dog training, and then the rest you want a variety of things, and you want a lot of naked links, which means directly to the domain, no anchor text. And you also want a lot of links of junky type links. Imagine how people link to each other naturally on the web. They don't go like, I wonder what this guy would like for anchor text, and they go, oh, he's a dog training, so I think he's optimizing for dog training, so I'll give him dog training. No, when people link on the internet, naturally they go, like, check out this cool dog training video, or cool dog link, or click here for my cool dog, or whatever. But you vary it a lot, and the most important thing is try to disguise the fact that you're optimizing while keeping it the most prominent keyword in there. So even up to 95% naked or non-keyword anchor text is a good thing now. So here's some solid practices that do work now. It's building a lot of links from lots of sources, maintaining a good link velocity, and what that means is that rather than building all your links at once and then stopping for 2 months and then doing it again, they should kind of be coming over time. A couple a day is much better than 30 today and none for the rest of the 29 or 30 days of the month. Getting a correct mix of links between high and low quality is really important. In fact, that's that's really one of the keys, and link networks are one of the easiest ways to get what I'll call high-quality links for this purpose. So lots of links. Well, where are you going to get them from? Web 2.0 hubs, social sites, RSS feeds, and you know, what are these? Well, Web 2.0 hubs, that could be like WordPress.com, it could be Squidoo, it could be Blogger.com, kind of popular websites where you can go and create your own public blog there and post your content. Well, you can also post your links. So those are called Web 2.0 hubs. Social sites, kind of like Facebook and such. RSS feeds, there's a lot of RSS directories out there that essentially just aggregate news and articles from a ton of different sources. And so you just have to enter your website in there or your feeds in there, and they'll publish, every time you publish a new piece of content, they'll put it out through those feeds. Social networks. These are actually different from what we consider social sites. They're kind of places where people will go and say, kind of like Dig, they'll vote for stuff, or Pinterest. Forums, I think, is pretty evident for everybody. There's thousands of forums out there, and the fun thing is that you can create profiles on forums, and when you create a profile, you just kind of enter information, a little information about yourself, and you can drop a link to yourself in the profile. So you don't actually have to go in there and post or, you know, try to pretend to be interested or anything like that. You just create a profile and you can get links from that, and that's a very effective source that we found. Blogs and blog commenting, I think that's very straightforward. Article directories, most people understand. Press releases, and of course bookmarking. So there's, you know, and you can do all of this manually. I think you understand the idea. You know, you'll have to go to the website, enter your information, create an account, enter your profile information, and then you write an article, and you take it there and you submit it. And it's a long manual process, but it's absolutely doable. Now, there's ways to stack these links so that they become more powerful. So you can stack these and other links to multiply their power. And this is often called building link wheels. So in a second, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, one key thing, though, first, the difference between high quality and low quality links. Well, here's what Google considers a low quality link. Just about all of these are fairly low quality links. And the reason is that you can give yourself these links at will. Like I just said, you can go here, social site, RSS feed, social network, it's all open for business, it's all entirely free. If you just go and sweat it out on the keyboard, you can make as many as you want and give yourself as many links as you want, and Google knows that. So they're going to call these low quality links. Now, except for, in some cases, Web 2.0 hubs, because you can post, there are Web 2.0 hubs out there that are very high quality, so Google can't all throw them into the same basket of low quality. So one of the measures that they're going to use for Web 2.0 hubs as to determine is this a high quality link or a low quality link, and listen very closely because this is so important, is how many links does it have. Okay, so if you have a Web 2.0 hub that has no links, it's a low quality link. And if you have a Web 2.0 hub pointing to your money site and your Web 2.0 hub has a lot of links coming into it, then it'll be considered a high quality link or higher quality link. And the reason why that's so important is that if you only use high quality links or low quality links, you're not going to get anywhere. Because Google gets it. Google knows that the internet is composed mostly of low quality links. We went over this a little bit earlier, and if you think about it for a second, I think it's fairly evident how many people have a high authority website compared to how many people have a low quality website, you know, with no traffic and no visitors. It's obvious, and Google gets it. So if you've got only high quality links, they say, something's wrong. And if you've got only low quality links, what they understand is that you've built yourself a lot of links yourself, but your content or your website must be low quality because no high quality links are coming into it. So it's key that you understand that, because you need to get both, and you can't do it with just low quality links, and you can't do it with just high quality links. You need mostly low quality links and some high quality links. That's what offsets the Google algorithm, and that's what makes it work. And so if you're wondering, well, how do I get links to my Web 2.0 hubs, or how do I make properties in this category become high-quality links? Well, the answer, as we were saying just a second ago, is Linkwheels. But first, I just want to say, here's how you're going to control, you're going to know and control the quality of your links. You need to do this. You need to understand this, because this is one of the most crucial parts of SEO today that people don't understand. Okay, so we talked about it. I'm not going to hammer it too much, but we talked about self-links, so the links where you can just go create yourself an account and boom, you got a link. I'll call those self-links, and we'll call them low quality in general for the general purpose. And then we're going to talk about editorial links. Now, an editorial link is something entirely different. And here's what it means, is that imagine none of those properties that we just talked about, blogs and social networks and bookmarking and all that, they have no editor. There's no editor. Okay, so you can put up whatever content you want. I mean, it could be just the most atrocious thing in the world, and you could be allowed to put it up there. There's nobody checking up on you and saying, no, 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 you can't do this. So that's not an editorial quality link. Now, an editorial quality link, that's on something else. That's on, like, for example, my WordPress blog, or Jim's WordPress blog, or somebody else's WordPress blog. Well, you can't go on somebody else's WordPress blog and post an article without them approving. You know, unless you're some kind of mega ninja hacker, you can't do that, and Google understands that. So, generally speaking, a link on somebody else's blog or somebody else's property where they are the editor, meaning that there's a kind of a gatekeeper and someone has said, yes, I approve this content on my property, that is an editorial link. And so that's a high quality link. And that's the key to offsetting the lower tier self-links that we're able to get very easily, either manually or using software. So let's continue. Linkwheels, carousels, pyramids, oh my. So this sounds very exciting, and it actually is. This is a lot of fun, and this is really powerful. This is where you can take, you know, low quality links and make them and stack them almost infinitely, and it's also how you can kind of create a whole entire mini networks that power up your hubs, which in turn power up your money sites. I'm going to show you a diagram of how this happens. I think I'm gonna do that.
Hey,
so
Alex.
All these different. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just because I think it just looked nicer on the screen, would you mind just clicking the enlarge button down the bottom? It's near the bottom right. You know, the one to click that just makes this full screen. No, yeah. Move to your left. Move to your left. I see where your mouse is. No, no. You go to the left. Left of that one. Right of that one. No, no. See those three buttons? The one on the right. That one.
That one. Okay, I've done something wrong.
Yeah. No, that was the right one. And then you just mouse across. That's up to you. You don't have to. I just thought it looked nicer than. Yeah. Okay,
so that maybe. So I'm gonna come back to it that way in a second. But right now we're gonna go and we're gonna have a look at this mind map to kind of go over the structure of Linkwheels and link carousels and link pyramids in more detail and kind of explain it visually, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so now imagine that you've got yourself a website, and it's a great little website, and you've researched your keywords, and you've put up a couple of nice articles there, and you've linked it up to an affiliate program, and you're ready to make some money. But you don't have traffic coming in, and you want traffic coming in, so you're going to go for natural search engine rankings. Now, I already explained to you that you can go and get all sorts of self-links from different sources, and you actually do want to do that. Okay, so that would kind of be level one. So imagine here we might have a bookmark, and here we might have a blog comment. And here you may have submitted a press release. And that's actually kind of higher quality, and it also runs you the chance that it'll get picked up by news outlets And there's all sorts of little websites out there. Don't think you're not going to get on ABC or CNN, but what you are going to get onto is all sorts of small news outlets that have good page rank and can send you good quality links. So that's the purpose of sending out those little press releases. It's not to get you an interview with Tom Brokaw or whoever's in vogue now. Okay, so we said press releases. Here we could do a forum profile. And here, just one more social network. Okay, so this is like a tier 1 linking strategy where we're putting lowish quality links into our money site, and that's fine. It's something that we actually do want to do. Okay, but we talked about the kind of the limitation of low quality links. So in order to bump up quality, one of the things that we can do, and I'm just going to shuffle this around. Can I get rid of you? Yes, I can. Okay, so one of the things that we can do is that we can start powering up our links. Now, we can even do this on our lower tier links that we talked about over here. So that's not what I wanted to do. So here in this example, okay, we have a blog comment, but we could very easily bookmark our blog comment. Okay, so this actually powers up our blog comment. It's like a little link train. So this link just got stronger. So one link here, and this link that was already existing just got stronger. It got doubled by the bookmark. And you can do this pretty much eternally. Okay, but it's not going to go all the way that doing proper link wheels would. Now, there's a lot of controversy and a lot of different visions on this. So if there's any SEO experts on the call that disagree with me, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. But I've tested a lot of different strategies for this, and I found that this is the one that works best, and it's the one that works best for me. So here's the kind of the traditional way that people will do a link wheel. So they'll do a blogger blog, and they'll do a squidoo lens, and they might do a hub page. Okay, these are all websites, all social hubs, by the way, where you could go and create your own blog, your own public blog, and you would get links and the whole yada-da. So I'm not making these up; they're real. And a WordPress blog. So I'm not going to add too many more in, not just in order to not complicate things too much, but so here.
I just want to interrupt just for a quick sec.
Let's say now.
For those people watching, if you want to zoom in any further, for anyone that's asked about zooming further in the top, it should be in the top left-hand corner. For some of you, it'll be in the bottom right. You can it'll say zoom 61%. You can hit it to. You can scale it to a different size just by scrolling down to zoom 2. You can maybe zoom it to 75% or 100% or a custom amount if you think that you want to zoom in further on what Alex is doing. But then bear in mind that you may need to zoom out again later when he leaves this particular mind map. I'll let you continue.
So I've actually made things a little bigger. I hope that does help.
I think it's made it much better now. Thanks.
Though now I'm not sure what happened to my WordPress blog. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of a traditional view of things, is that essentially, and I know this doesn't look like a wheel, but just you could very well imagine that the money site's in the middle here, and that we've got all these different properties around it, and that each of them links to the one next to it. Okay, so WordPress blog to Blogger blog, Blogger blog to Squidoo lens to hub page, and that each of them links to the money site. And so that would make it a kind of a perfect wheel. So just use your imagination here. Imagine that all these sites are connected to each other in a circle, and they're all also pointing into the money site. So the pointing in is the spokes, and the connecting to each other is the wheel. And so that's the traditional or first structure of the link wheel, and I would absolutely recommend that you not do that. It's a very bad idea because essentially, if you do it in that exact way, you risk being harmed by Google because they kind of understand that point, and it really doesn't look natural when you have all these sites that just link to each other and are all linking to the same website and probably all using the same super dense keyword anchor text. If you want to blow yourself out of the water, go right for it. That's the way to do it. If you want to do this the smart way, well, here's how you would do that. So I'm going to remove these links. Oh darn. Okay, and I'm just going to create a couple more nodes here and bring these on this side. There we go. Okay, so we have a hub page, we've got a WordPress blog, we've got a Squidoo, and let's say we got another WordPress. I like them better than others for some reason. Okay, so we've got these Web 2.0 properties, and the way that we want to do this properly is that we want to create an account on each of them, and post 1, 2, 3 articles on each of them, so that they've got a couple of articles, and those articles, within them, each of them is linking to your money site. And so each individual hub, if you will, let's call these hubs, is linking to your money site. But we're not going to link them within each other in a highly predictable pattern. We're really just going to do this in a way that's as random as possible, and we're going to make a decision that if we're going to overdo it, if we're going to do something wrong, it's going to be to underdo it rather than overdo it. Okay, so you could do this. And we could do that. And we might also link this one to, say, this one, and aim to make this one extra strong. Okay, so this is something that makes sense so far as a first level. So we've got a money site here, and we've got, say, 5 different social hubs. Now, here's a great way to make these even more powerful, is to niche the content on each of these a little differently. Okay, so that's giving yourself extra trouble. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do best practices, that's the way to do it. So let's say that your money site here's got a couple of different money pages on it and a couple of different keywords. Well, you could target those different ones with these different hubs and have kind of slightly different topics on each, and that would just be ideal. Now, what we can continue doing here is that we can treat any one of these hubs as if it were its own money site. There's no reason why we can't do that. And every time we increase the power of any of these, we also increase the power of our money site, and that's the ultimate goal. So if we're going to treat this as a money site, the first thing that we do is, number 1, as we did on the left here, we'd go and get ourselves our low quality links. So if I do this really quickly, we're going to do bookmark, we're going to do a blog, we're going to do a press release, and let's see, a profile, and a social site. And And Mark, stop me if this is tedious. I don't want to be tedious. I just want to be clear. So essentially, here we are. We've got now this is starting to be. Okay, so great. So here we're treating this as a money site, and we've done here a first level, like we've done for our money site. We've gotten a bunch of low tier links directly to it. Okay, but remember, the next thing that we did with our money site is that we built these hubs around it, and so that's what we should be doing in this case also. And that's not what I want to do. There we go. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it out. Hey, why are you not cooperating? No. Why do you insist on taunting me? So we're going to call this one, we're going to call it a WordPress blog. I'm going to put it in bold. I'm going to call this a hub. Okay, so this is a hub that points to our money site, and now this is a new hub that's pointing to our hub, and to which, okay, if you're starting to get the idea here, we would repeat once more our low quality links, or our low tier links. I hate calling them low quality. It sounds like such an awful judgment on them when they're actually very helpful. Okay, and the point with this is that you can literally keep going eternally. Okay, so we've got a hub here, and guess what? The next thing that we would build, in this case, a hub. Yay! So we do another hub, then we do another round of low-quality links, and there's something really important now that we could add to the whole thing, and that is. No, it's not add an idea. Is if we were to add blog network links, okay, and okay, there's two things that I need to mention here that are key to this whole process. Is that by powering up this hub that's pointing into our money site, we're creating a high quality link. And if you've been following so far, you realize by now how important that is to your search engine optimization efforts. If you don't have the high quality links, you can't make it work. So you need to do this. This is one of the ways that you're going to achieve this, and it's one of the only ways, essentially, to transform low-quality links into high-quality links, because the other way to get high-quality links is to pay for it, to go on networks and buy them, or to go on sites where they sell links, and they can go for quite a bit of money, and it gets expensive fast. So if you want to make them yourself, well, you do it by stacking links this way. The way, here's how do you get in business in a hurry, okay, is we do a blog network submission. So we do a blog network submission pointing into our hub page, and now what we've got here is we've got a high quality link, a very high quality link pointing to our money site. And the cool thing about this, okay, is that there's no reason why you should use these hubs only once. You can use them again and again and again. They're yours, and you're free to post content on them, and they just get stronger with time. So one day you're promoting this money site with this hub, but another day you could be promoting another money site with this hub, and one day you could be promoting one page in this site, and the other day you could be promoting another page in this site. So when you build a network like this, you're building a long-term asset that's basically, like it's almost like your garage full of supercars that you can go in there and say, oh, what am I going to drive today? Porsche, Lambo. Well, that's how you know I'm an SEO nerd, is when I'm comparing a high-quality hub page with a Lamborghini. Is you know I'm SEO nuts when you hear me say that. So essentially, this is the way that Linkwheels work. And if you're going to be smart about this, you're going to make sure that you don't overdo it. So at the same time, here we have one hub, okay, but just imagine we're repeating this diagram forever. So we have 1, we'd have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd interlink some of them in the same way that we did here, not abusively so. And some of them may even link directly to our money site. But again, that's the mistake of the greedy. Okay, word of warning: if you link this hub, which is linking to this one here, and if you link this to your money site, if you do it once in a while, maybe you'll get away with it. But don't even try to get away with it. That's not the purpose here. So people sometimes when they do this, they get greedy and they think, oh, I'm going to link everything to my money site. No, it's the kiss of death. Don't do it. So, if you want to do this for yourself, it's easy. It's just really tedious. And so what I'm using is MindMeister to kind of map this out, and then I can execute the strategy either manually or with software. And I think I paid like $5. I'm paying $5 a month for MindMeister. So if you'd like to see your strategy visually laid out like this, well, you can do it on that. And it kind of is practical to kind of remember where everything is and see, and it also allows you to remember what you have at your disposition. So if you name these smartly, you'll end up with a nice collection, your own mini net, and in fact something that's got quite a bit of value in the eyes of a lot of people. So let's go back to our presentation here for a minute. Okay, so you understand now what kind of links you need, and you understand how to take low-quality links and build as many as you want, and you also understand how to transform low-quality links into high-quality links using the Linkwheels strategy, and hopefully also understand how not to hurt yourself using the Linkwheels strategy, because when you hear people say, oh, Linkwheels don't work anymore and that kind of thing, is because they're hurting themselves by using poor practices. And I just laid out what those are, so don't do it that way, and do it, do it the right way, and you'll enjoy high rankings like we do. So as you can probably imagine, doing this manually is mind-numbing, boring, sleep-inducing, and probably insanity-inducing also drone work. It sucks if you haven't guessed by now. It's pathetically slow, and even if you work 24/7, you would still be outpaced by people out there using automation tools, and even if they're just using it a few minutes here and there. And it's really, you can do it manually. If you don't have the money, go for it. By all means, go and do it manually. Make the sacrifice. We all did it in the beginning, I guarantee you. You can make the sacrifice, get yourself some nice affiliate commissions, and then invest in some software and get a bigger edge, invest in more stuff, get an even bigger edge. That's the way that you do this thing. So there's no shame in starting from scratch and doing things manually. So Rankbuilder, which is the software that Mark mentioned at the beginning of this call, was built to answer our own SEO needs, because as I've said, we're almost an SEO company. I mean, it's been my bread and butter almost since the beginning. I've always had websites out there, and we built this essentially to take care of our own needs and do things faster and better. It's a robust solution to lower tier linking in and of itself. The software can only do lower tier linking. I think it's fairly obvious why. However, I do have kind of secret weapon to offset this, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. It has 7 built-in link sources. It automatically creates accounts, which saves a tremendous amount of time. It does automatic spinning of content, because if in the link diagram that I showed you a second ago, we only had 5 or 6 hubs linking to our money site, but there's actually, I believe, 40 built straight into Rankbuilder. So you're not going to write 40 unique articles. That would just be crazy. So you can input them with spinner syntax, and they'll automatically be posted on those websites fully spun, so that you get unique content and you get more benefits from your links and properties. You get automatic content posting and submission. And you have a time release module that takes care of the link velocity problem, so that if you do a campaign in which, say, 300 links are going to be built, well, they won't all be built on Saturday afternoon between 1:30 and 1:35 p.m. They'll actually be stretched out over a decent period of time, which you can set yourself, and Google will see as much more natural. And finally, there's the secret weapon, which I'm going to talk to you in a second. So allow me to demonstrate. I'm going to do a quick demonstration for you of software, just so you can kind of see how easy this is to use. Now, this actually is going to use up a tremendous amount of my computer and connection, because I'm running the webinar at the same time, so it might be slow. It might do, I don't know what it'll do, but hopefully it'll behave properly. So here's the interface. I'm logged in. It's really simple and clean, and it doesn't look like the inside of a fighter jet with 1,000 different buttons and confusing stuff. It's just straightforward and easy to use. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to create a campaign, and so I'm going to create a campaign here. I'm going to call it Rankbuilder Demo. So that was easy. And the first thing, so now let's say we're logging in. We don't have any accounts yet. So obviously the first thing that we're going to need to do is create accounts. And if we're going to do this manually, that would be really irritating, but thankfully we're not. And for when we're creating accounts, okay, imagine you're going to a website. You need to enter your information. You need to enter a profile. And this is actually one of your opportunities to build a link. If you include a paragraph or two of text about yourself and a link to your website, that's a legitimate part of your profile. So we want profiles for this also. And pretty much we're ready to go on to the next step. So we're ready to start creating some accounts. Okay, so I double-click that. And it brings me to the screen where we have all of the different websites that are part of the automatic submission process that are listed in here. Okay, there's about 600 or 700 here, and there's about 1,500 more forums that you load from a separate module. So there's a total of almost 2,000 built-in properties separated by different categories, namely article directories, press releases, social bookmarks, social networks, article directory, press release, Web 2.0 profiles, profile links. And so it's very easy to manage them from the same. You can select them all. You can select just the social network, just the social bookmark, whatever it is that you want to run as the project that you're doing, easy to use. So I'm going to do social bookmark. Okay, I don't need to select that yet, but there's 44 websites that are in the social network. And so we're going to create accounts on all of those. And you'll see in just a second how easy it is. So the first thing, one of the things that we need when we create an account is we need an email address, right? Because they're going to ask us to confirm our email, and they're going to ask us for our email. It's obvious. And we don't want to use our everyday email because we'll get spammed to death, and we're also going to register for hundreds of websites, and each one of those sends us a newsletter and an email every now and then. That's thousands of emails a day, just too many. So we're going to use a disposable email, and this is directly off of our servers that you can create them, so that makes it just extra easy on you. So we're going to use disposable email, and I recommend that you use only that one. There's other options, but disposable email just works better, and we can automate the whole process for you if you use disposable email, and here's how. So for the profiles, I'm just going to open this file, and this is part of the software, by the way, where it's just a list of first names and last names. That sounds kind of funny, but when we create profiles, we want them to have actual real people names, so we just kind of scroll through this list and double-click the first one that strikes our imagination, and then we say auto-generate or auto-create email, and it's going to create an email, and that email is actually that person's going to have a name in their inbox. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so that takes just a couple of seconds. As you see, it's done. So we have an email here that has been created, and I'm just going to enter a random password for it. That's not important because Rankbuilder is actually going to remember that, so I don't need to write that down anywhere, and I'm never going to log into that email address. Only the system is going to use it to niftily and automatically do everything that we need it to do. So the next step, essentially, is to enter our profile information. So my company, I'm going to put Rankbuilder. My website, where I want the link, I'm going to put HTTP. Rankbuilder, and the website title, I'm going to put the best SEO software. And here, I'm just going to grab a piece of text that is going to become my profile. So I'm just going to copy and paste that in. Boom. There we go. Okay, so if I preview this, there it is. That looks about right to me. So we're just going to go on here and yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, which may be because this is actually like a completely new and recoded version of the software, then we should be just fine and ready to go. So I'm just going to close that for a second and just make sure that my options are set.
Alex, just checking. It is easy using this software, right, to vary the anchor text. So if you're building links, you don't have to have 100 links built using the same anchor text. You can vary, like, you could spin it across 15 or 20 different anchor text variations.
Absolutely.
If you wanted to.
That's a great question, and if you want, I can do like a really simple demonstration of that. So the whole software comes with spinner syntax included. Okay, so if you understand this, you'll see immediately what I'm doing, and if you've never done this before, well, just know that you're totally missing out, and you're going to want to do this.
Just to let people know,
this is how you get one article to transform into multiple articles. And
just to let people know, that means it's compatible with the Filorama's article spinner and also with the Best Spinner and other spinner software that you can find out there. Or you can just do it yourself if you want to just type it in like Alex has done right there.
Right, but see, I could have had this output by the Best Spinner or the Filorama spinner, you know, and thank you for pointing that out. Because yes, I should have said that in the first place. So what happens when you do that? And you can do this in your link too. Okay, so it could, you know, one time it gives you this link, the other time it gives you that link, and it just provides a different word. So what it does essentially is that here it'll say the best SEO, and sometimes it'll say software, sometimes it'll say tool. And I could do it on SEO too, where it would also say the best, and then it would either say SEO or it would say optimization, and then it would either say software or tool. So just to see how that looks live, it says the best SEO tool. I'm going to preview it the first time, and the second time it also says tool, yet the third time it says software. So it's just randomly going through the variations, and that gives you unique content, and it also allows you to vary your anchor text every time that you submit. And also, there's so many different websites in here that if you do 10 at a time with one anchor text and then 10 with the other, and it's very, very easy to vary your anchor text without even using spinning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create an account and I'm just going to go ahead and hit start on this. Yes, True's profile, good idea. So there we go, 44 selected social networks. We created an email, we created some profile information with some spun text, and I'm just going to go ahead and click start. So at the bottom now we've got a 0%, and hopefully this is not going to affect the webinar adversely or the software. I hope you can still hear and everything okay, because it is kind of way slow. Way slow. Yeah, so this is definitely not normal, unfortunately. The suspense is the same for me as it is for you. I don't know if it's going to open or not. I'm hoping it is. Open sesame.
Loading.
Okay. I don't know.
I can ask you a couple of questions.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and click start again because it's the webinar that's interrupting it. But you go ahead.
Yeah, I just thought that while you're doing it, while that's loading, I thought I'd just ask you a couple of questions. So does this comes with like full training as well? Like obviously we're covering it in quite quick detail on this webinar, but like if someone was to join, they'd see a bit more in depth, detailed training of how to use it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. we basically show in step-by-step detail, in video and in text, how you want to use this and how to use every different module. Now, this is really annoying. I could go to a pre-recorded demo. I wanted to do this live, but I mean, it just seems like this should be opening 6 different browser windows that would go through the accounts creation process in a matter of seconds, but it doesn't look like anything's happening at all, and I think that's because the webinar software is
right. The webinar's taking up the bandwidth.
So what I can do though is I do have a demo up, a demo video up. So I kind of want to just I'll take you through that in a second. I'm just going to show you what it should be doing right now and how this kind of stacks onto each other, because I can do that without actually doing it live, and then we'll go to the demo and you can see that it actually does open up and breeze through everything. So essentially what I would do is I would create those different accounts, and then I would close this tab, and I'd have 44 different accounts on social networks. So what I could do is then I could go here and click submission, and now I have profiles for social networks. So I would just select social networks, and then I could select any one of the social networks on which the account has just been automatically created, and I could submit content to it very, very easily. And so I would put my article in here, or my little piece of content snippet, a paragraph, all spinnable. I can put my link in and everything, and then I just go to submit account, and I push start, and boom, it would go and submit my article to all of these social networks. So that could be my money site, it could be one of the hubs, and essentially that's the way that you're going to stack a link wheel very quickly. Is you'd create these hubs, then you do these social network links to your hubs, and then what you do now, I mean, this would take virtually minutes. You close that project, now then you'd create some accounts, say this time on, I don't know, let's call it social bookmarking sites, which would bring you up to 98 accounts on social bookmarking websites. Okay, you could use the same kind of old profile information. You could put in new profile information, new profile links, spin the whole thing, create the accounts, and then I just want you to imagine how this is going to stack up. You could do new submissions to social bookmarking. Okay, so once you've got these social network submissions done, okay, remember we submitted an article here. Well, it's going to create a list of URLs for us where that content has been posted, and then we can just drag and drop that list into the next module of social bookmarking and use these 98 different accounts to build links to every one of the social network submissions that we just did. Okay, so that's automating the link wheel on a massive scale in a matter of seconds. And so every one of these projects, it outputs a list of URLs when it's done, because it creates content for you on all those different websites, and it gives you the URLs. So then you can just take them and load them into another project. And you'd say, so where do you want the links? Well, you want them to all those different hubs that have been created. So you can stack these almost infinitely.
Can I interrupt for a sec? I just want to check with everybody that's on the webinar. Can you tell me whether you're finding this, you fully understand where we're at, like just put the word understand, or put the word lost in there, like, or you're getting lost on terms of the content going too fast? I just want to get a quick scale here. Okay, it looks like I've got 2/3 writing the words understand and 1/3 hitting the word lost, which is fine. I just wanted to make sure that things weren't going too fast. No, that's cool. I've just got, can I just ask you 3 quick questions, Alex, because they've been coming up over and over again with people.
Absolutely.
Okay, 3 quick questions. One was, what about email captures? Does this fill those in for people to set up?
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does. It fills in the captchas, so that's awesome, because otherwise you have to sit there and fill them in yourself.
Cool.
And that's really no fun at all.
So, another question is, what about the timing? Can you make it so that the link wheel is actually built over time, rather than, say, for instance, building like 5 or 6 different or more, or even 10 or 20 different hubs all linking to your site, can you make it like so that you set this in process,
absolutely.
and maybe over the course of a month your link wheel gets built, just so it looks more natural to search engines?
Yep, absolutely. So say here we've created these social network sites. Okay, so we've got profiles on them, and we've loaded content into it, and we've selected all of them. Okay, so selected 44. And it's going to build, so now it's going to do one submission for each one of these. And if you click the Start button, it's going to do them all right now. But you can use the Scheduler module to say start on June 24th and finish on July 3rd. And then what it'll do is it'll randomly go through a couple of different websites each day at the speed that you've told it to go. And you could do this for any one of the other modules also. So you know, essentially the way that you want to use this, if we want to get down to the nitty-gritty, is that you want to go into crazy account creation mode first and foremost, and you basically want to create an account on every single one of the websites in here. I mean, why not? It'll be done once and for all, and you can do it in one sitting. You just create an email, create the profile information, put it in there. You know, make it good. Why not? You're going to use one profile for thousands of websites, and you're going to spin it, and it's going to give you a link for each one of them, and you're going to be able to reuse it in the future. Make it good. Do it one time. Create profiles on all of these, and then essentially what you can do is you can have fun all day scheduling campaigns, and it's so easy. I mean, you just go to submission, and you say, okay, which one do I want to do? Let's say I want to do article submission, article directory. Okay, go here. What's my submit information here? Pop my article in here and press start, and boom, that's a campaign. You know, it takes a minute. And I come back here, submission, I want to do press release, okay. I load in my press release in here, go to submit, select the sites that I want, click start, bang, that's another campaign. So that's how fast it is to do these. Now, obviously you want to do this the smart way, and you want to be like, okay, I'll do, so you go through all of them, and you time release them, and you point them to different sources, and you know, I can see how talking about it would be confusing, but if you just imagine yourself slowly building 10 at a time and pointing them to the right place, it takes virtually minutes each. It's just copy pasting and pressing the start button or pressing the scheduler, and essentially that's it. Mark, what do you want to do about this demo? Do you want me to show a pre-recorded demo?
You can, but I think I'd like to ask a couple more questions based on what people are typing in, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
sure.
Because a lot of people have been asking, doesn't Google just detect your IP address and everyone's signing up these accounts using the same, you know, does that matter or not really? I don't think Google's even going to be able to detect
No, because
that,
Google's not all-seeing and all-powerful. So if they were, you know, if they owned like your ISP, okay, the one who's providing your internet service, then maybe they'd understand that you're doing that. But Google has absolutely no way of knowing the IP that you use to sign up to any website.
Because they're not Google's websites. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's really good. I've had a few people asking what makes this better than, say, other software on the market like SE Nuke and Ultra Daemon and stuff like that.
Well, quite simply, actually, there's one very, very clear thing that, in my mind, makes the whole thing better, and I will get to that in a second. I call it my secret weapon, and I do want to say why that's so important. And so that's one of the reasons why I think it's clearly better. You know, the other thing is that if we want to be frank, I believe that most other software on the market either doesn't work that well or is kind of overpriced, and so we try to be a little friendlier on that front while providing, not, I won't say the same thing, but it's a very similar service with, you know, a couple thousand different websites in it, which is more than most of the other ones out there. So that's all I'll say. You know, I don't want to bash the competition or anything like that.
That's cool.
There's a lot of good options, but I think that we've got a pretty good case for why this one is a really good option, especially today. And I'll make that case in a second.
Okay, I'll let you do your video demo that you were going to show.
Okay. So where's the demo?
Just letting people know, by the way, that we are going to release a link very soon that gives you a special offer with special bonuses as well for this particular offer. Just for for those of you watching this webinar. People that are asking about the link that's on the screen, that's not the link to get your special bonuses. Just those that are asking, that's the direct link if you want to go without the bonuses. But if you do want to use the bonuses link, it's at afilorama.com/rankbuilder. But we'll worry about that later.
Okay, hey, this is not my lucky day, and I am clumsy as an oaf, apparently.
Okay, well, we'll skip that video then, and we'll just get to people's questions and maybe show them, just tell them about your secret weapon.
Do you maybe want to take the screen for like 1 minute while I try and get the thing working on mine, and then we'll switch back? Maybe that would work?
Sure, if you like.
And if it doesn't work, well, there's a demo on the page where you're going to go, so...
just be a sec. Alright, where's the button? Change presenter, Mark Ling. I mean, everyone builds Linkwheels in different ways as well. Like, even though you can build maybe 40 different, links from 40 different websites, for instance, in your link wheel, and have a really massive link wheel using Alex's software. I like to build smaller link wheels. I like to have 5 or maybe 8 sites in a link wheel, and I usually, while I'll interlink them together, I'll just only ever do it in one direction so that they're never looped together, so that there's no footprint whatsoever. So that's just how I like to do it. And then I might use some of the lower quality link building methods like profile link building. I won't use those to link to my site. I'll use those to link to the items in my wheel, and that makes it a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? The second that you took the presenter back, it worked. So I don't know. We can try it. We can try it again, but it's working now. So hopefully it won't just stop working magically the second.
So you want me to switch back to your screen?
Yep.
Okay.
So maybe just fast forward that part real quick, since that's a part that we did do in the earlier segment. No, don't stop working now.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be working, so you may as well skip on to...
no, here we go.
There's no sound, by the way, so you have to speak.
Yeah, gosh, I'm at a loss to say how sorry I am for everything not working properly on this, because it's supposed to work properly, and it usually works properly, and now it's just that even the video, which is hosted on
Yeah.
Amazon, is not
No,
working.
no, that's
Great.
cool. People can just watch the video on the site. You may as well skip that, like I said, because people are getting a
Absolutely,
bit
I'm sorry. I'm just
frustrated by it.
I'm mildly annoyed, yes, and rightfully so. Okay, so as you should have been able to see, it's very smooth and easy to use. It's automated and very fast, and a quick one-time setup will get you a very long way. And really, a couple of minutes is all you need. And the easiest thing to do is overdo it. So you want to underdo it and not overdo it. And that was a good point that Mark was making just a minute ago when he was saying that on his Linkwheels, he doesn't, build a huge stack that goes as high as the Empire State Building. He kind of takes it easy and plays things civil, and that works really well, and it makes your life simpler too. And it's really the right way to do things. Looks less impressive on a diagram, but it's the right way to do things. So Rankbuilder builds links from these following link sources: blog platforms, bookmarking sites, Linkwheels, Web 2.0 sites, social sites, article directories, press releases, RSS feeds and directories, and forums and profiles. So just about all the lower tier link sources that we've said so far. And it does so in 5 easy steps, which are creating an email address, signing up for various accounts where you can submit your content, verifying your email address, and then activating the accounts, and entering a profile or a piece of content to be submitted with your links in it, and then pressing go and coming back a few minutes later, and you've got a bunch of new links in a neat report ready to go so that you can build links to those links. If you decide to join us today, you're going to be using the top-level SEO tool that's used by many pros and SEO consultants, and many affiliate marketers swear by it. And I'm going to give you 3 very valuable bonuses that can make all the difference. And Mark's going to give you some too. So here's bonus number 1. You're going to get access to our secret weapon, which is called ALN. It's just Authority Link Network. So Mark asked me earlier, why is this better than other software tools out there? This is one of the main reasons. It's because we have our own private link network with now over 3,000 domains in it. And actually, we were one of the top 3 networks in the world when Google did the attack, and we lost about almost 12,000 domains in our link network. So that was painful, but we were able to salvage a little over 3,000. We've been adding to since then, and the cool thing is that Google has not come back. There's been no further de-indexing, because we figured out what was going on is that they were buying accounts, and that's how they were finding stuff out. They weren't doing it algorithmically. They were buying an account and going and weeding out websites one by one, and it was very painful, but now we found a way to keep them out, which is by making everybody who comes in sign a non-disclosure agreement. So it's composed of PR1 to PR6 aged domains. All the websites are on unique C-class IPs. It's all clean, and they're spread across the world. Some of them are ours, some of them are our clients, and it's all varied stuff. It's traceless. There's thousands of domains in it. You can get unlimited access and unrestricted access within the guidelines, which are not too loose and not too strict, because it's a high-quality network, so we don't allow spam, we don't allow certain topics like sex and gambling, but the rest is pretty much fair game, and you won't find anything overly restrictive. It's kept clean and fit, meaning that we do moderate the content on it, because that's what makes its power. And you must sign a non-disclosure agreement before you use it, because that's how Google got in the first time, is with moles. And so if you're a Google employee and you're listening to this right now, well, tough toenails, no candy for you. Bonus number 2 you're going to get is the Rapid Back Lexer plugin. So this is a fun little plugin that we invented to get our websites indexed really, really quickly. And what it does is it submits your new or existing site to URL tracking services. And those sites have high PR, and they instantly create a link for you, and Google crawls them all day long. So it gets you indexed pretty much instantly, and your sites come out of the gate with a bang. So you install this on all your WordPress sites, and you build all your websites on WordPress. Anyways, that's my recommendation. And finally, you're going to get bonus number 3, which is the SEO video sitemap. And this is a really cool thing that allows you to dominate Google with video search engine results. And if you've never seen this before, you're really going to enjoy this. So it gets your video thumbnails in Google, and it gets your videos ranked on top easily. And without it, Google won't credit or won't rank your videos. So you can't do this if you don't have this piece of software. And it works with YouTube and several other video hosting sites, meaning that you can rank your site for powerful keywords using YouTube or other video hosting sites. And just an FYI, video is easier to rank, gets more clicks and sales, and pops right off the page. And this plugin gives you a killer edge that no serious internet profiteer should do without. And I'm really serious about that. And just a case in point, I just want to show you. This is one of our partners' websites that's using the software. Okay, and it's #1 on Google for the term Web 2.0 properties. But the fun thing is, so first of all, if this wasn't a video, it wouldn't be ranking #1 because the SERPs are quite competitive. #2, it's not just a regular listing. As you can see, it's got a cool video here with a little play button, and that means that people click on it even more than they would usually click on a Google #1. And there's even an image of the author underneath it. So this is like super optimized SERPs that people click on all day long, and it really gets you a huge advantage. I mean, imagine if you're there and the other guy doesn't have video, and you've got a video, and you've got a nice little thumbnail on your page, and they don't. Well, who's going to get the first click from Google? You are, and that's a huge advantage. So if you're wondering how much, well, you'd expect this kind of multi-source linking power to break the bank, and after all, there's really no limit to how many links you can build and how many keywords or videos or pages you can rank with it. And we've consistently used this software to snipe hot trends and make an excess of over $1,000 a day on like literally new affiliate offers where we just go after for the first time. But Rankbuilder, but we're not going to go for a crazy price. So Rankbuilder alone is easily a value of $147 a month. And you mentioned other SEO tools out there. The ones that are comparable in quality and strength to Rankbuilder are $147 a month and up. And so what you also get is monthly updates, dedicated email support, an interactive marketing forum, and that's easily a value of $296 a month. But listen, in this launch week, you're also getting the 3 premiums that I just mentioned, namely the free membership to Authority Link Network, which is going to be totally free as long as you stay with us. And this is just a huge, huge value. I mean, it's literally doubling the value of what you're getting here just with this bonus. And this is something that no other tool out there offers, by the way. They ain't got it. You have to go buy it separately, and you've got to pay money for it. You're going to get the quick backlinks plugin that I mentioned. You're going to get the SEO video sitemap, and the total value of those premiums is $171, and that's real value, not pie in the sky stuff. So if you add that up, that's $467, but you're not going to pay that, and it's not even $147 a month, okay, even though competitors charge that and more, and they don't include a link network. And it's not even $97 a month, and surprise, it's just $495 to try it for 7 days, and then it's only $67 a month. And that's the charter member price. Obviously, the price is going to go up in the very near future. So here's how you get your hands on this with some extra valuable bonuses from Mark on top of the ones that I just named. Is you go to affilorama.com/rankbuilder. You can type that in your browser. It's www.affilorama.com/rankbuilder. I don't know, Mark, if you want to post a link in the chat room so people can copy, paste, or click. But we're all internet marketers here. We got quick typing fingers, so if you open up a browser and type, you probably got one open. Just open up a new tab, type affilorama.com/rankbuilder, and you're going to be on Mark's bonus page. We're going to get even more extra good stuff. And you know what? I really encourage you to give this a try for yourself, because it's going to work 1,000,000 times better than it did in this demonstration. And if you go on the page that's linked on Mark's page, if you go to affilorama.com/rankbuilder and you scroll to the bottom of the page, there's a link there, and that's a link to basically my sales presentation. And if you scroll down from there, there's 2 videos on the page. There's one at the top of the page that covers everything well, it covers, it's a sales letter, sales video, so you might want to just go ahead and pause that. And then scroll to the bottom, or not quite the bottom, but you'll see a video there, and that's a demo, and that's exactly how the software will work on your computer, unless you got a 386 old computer from the 90s. Otherwise, it's going to work exactly as it does on your as on the demo on that page, which is quick, fun, and painless. And for just $4.95, you can give it a try. And here's what will happen: is you'll get to keep all the bonuses except the Authority Link Network, which I can't let you have if you're not with us, but everything else, the SEO video sitemap, the bonuses that Mark has generously added to this package, and the bonuses that I have also added because you're a VIP customer of Mark's, I might say, so you're getting extra bonuses from me too. You get to keep all of that just for giving us a try at $4.95. And obviously, if you're not fully satisfied with what you get, you can cancel at any time with a simple email. And if you want to take more time, you can take a full 60 days to try it out, build as many links as you want, do as many submissions to Authority Link Network as you want, download all our blueprints and proven stuff, and profit as much as you want. And even then, if you're not completely, totally thrilled, you'll still get a full refund, no questions asked. So I think that sounds fair enough. If it does, go to affilorama.com/rankbuilder and pause the video there. Just scroll to the bottom of the page, click the Add to Cart button. You're going to be taken directly to ClickBank's risk-free, secure order form. And if you place your order there, you're going to be with us in the member area in just a few minutes, and you're going to enjoy a lot of extra goodies, really just a tremendous amount of value from this offer and the bonuses. Even the bonuses alone are worth 10 times more than what I'm asking as a trial for this. So it's like a shameless bribe to get you to say, okay, I'll try it, darn it. And I know that when you try it, if you just run it a couple of times, you can see how much time it saves you, how many links it builds you so painlessly, and what impact that has on your results. And you're going to get access to Authority Link Network, which is really like our secret weapon, and it'll be yours too. I know you'll want to stay with us, and I know that with the charter offer that I'm making at less than half the price of our closest competitors, you'll want to stay with us for a while. Mark, did you want to add anything? Did you want
yeah. I've got questions for you. I've got the bonuses that I want to describe in a moment. Lots of stuff being fired through to me. I noticed there's several of your current customers are actually typing in saying what a great investment that they've found it to be, and that they've been using it. The previous edition, obviously, you've just launched the new edition today, which is why I've got you on the webinar to be timely for your product launch special pricing plus bonuses. So if people want to take advantage of those while this launch special is on, then today's the day for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm encouraged by the people that already use it, that have stuck around on this webinar this long, and they've already got it anyway, and they're pretty excited about this new edition, and they were getting good value from the last edition. Now, when it comes to
we have people that have been with us for, I believe it's like 28 months now, that were initial beta testers on the thing, and they're still with us, and they're still happy. So yeah, there's a lot of happy people.
Yeah, that's great. Now, had a lot of people saying, hey, look, this webinar was great, but if I join, are there, and I've asked you this before, but I've been asked this question again since, so I may as well ask it again. Are there really good in-depth training videos that make using the software really easy?
There are, and actually the fun thing is there's for the training videos for the software, there's about, if I remember correctly, there's like 11 videos, and each of them are like 10 minutes long, and they're separated by sections, so it's not like huffy fluffy. It's really like, here's how you create accounts on this, here's how you create accounts on that, here's how you submit to these sites, here's how you submit to those, and here's how you link it up together, and here's how you spin your text. It's really straightforward, and what you'll find out when you start using the software is that it's actually kind of a relief how few different buttons and moving parts there are in there. So you won't be wading through hours and hours of training material and a brick of a training manual. It's short and straight to the point, and it's enough to really get the point across.
Cool.
And you know what? I'm already providing some bonuses for people that are going to purchase through your affiliate link here. And there's something that I just thought about, because you're mentioning training, and I actually have these 4 SEO niche site building and promotion webinars that I recorded part of an exclusive product a couple of months ago, and I'd be tempted to include that also for people that take advantage of this offer through your affiliate link today, because I really think that complementary, that training is very, very complementary.
You tempted to, or you will include?
I will.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Cool.
That's all I
wanted to clarify
yes,
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, include.
That's cool.
So there's 4 webinars, and we take you through everything from niche selection to how to build your links, what kind of links to build, how many to use, how many times to use your keyword. It's really good stuff, and so if you enjoyed the stuff we did tonight, you'll really enjoy those because we go in more depth.
Yeah. For those of you that happen to be Affiliate Blueprint members that are asking about it, I mean, I do include detailed training in how to manually build Linkwheels as part of my SEO training in there, this just makes it a lot faster and easier. So I just think it's really good. It goes hand in hand with that for those of you that are Affiliate Blueprint members. Some people have been asking
me.
It
is compatible with what you're doing if you're following that program, because I know the program, and I've read it. I really enjoy it. It's one of the programs that I most highly endorse. So if you're doing that program, you're really doing the right stuff, and yeah, this will really work gangbusters with what Mark shows you to do there.
For those of you that are wondering, hey, is it risky to use the Authority Link Network? Well, to me, no matter what, when it comes to any form of link building, and especially blog network link building, it shouldn't make up a big percentage of your link building strategy. If it makes up, say, 15% or less of your overall link building, then it'll never hurt you. It may give you benefit for quite some time, but it won't hurt you if that gets pulled. Like, let's say the value of those links suddenly becomes nothing, then it won't matter because it was only 15% of your strategy anyway. Whereas it's people that use it as their only strategy that, and then that happens with any link building method. If the algorithm changes and you're only using 1 or 2 link building methods, then that's where you run into problems. And saying that also, if it's not for you, you can skip that particular bonus anyway. You don't have to use it. A lot of people just want the software and they don't want any of the bonuses, and that's fine. I'll tell you about the bonuses that I've got for you. I negotiated them with Alex, and they're available for anyone that joins as part of the special launch promotion, which I'm not sure exactly when the promotion ends, Alex, but I'm assuming it's sometime in the next couple of days, so I'm not 100% sure. But when it comes...
we've got a real cap on the membership. We're only going to let 1,000 people use Authority Link Network, because that's really all we can handle for now. So right now we're about 350 people in, and we launched 10 hours and 41 minutes ago. So
okay,
so
there's a cap on people that are going to get
next couple of days, kind of thing.
So to speak, right? Okay. Now, when it comes to the bonuses, the 2 that I liked the most personally, and there others are pretty good as well, but the first bonus that's exclusive for joining through my link is called the G-Activator plugin, and it just makes it really easy to use Google's new authorship markup so that you get your photo displayed next to your blog post when they show up in the search engine. So if you are to type in to Google Alex, I'm just going to check on my machine first that it works, so I don't get egg all over my face. I'm just going to check first. Okay,
well, let me show you one right here.
Type in "I'm now a proud father" into Google.
Okay. Yes, one moment.
Just at the top where it's...
I'm now a proud father. Oh, there he is.
There I am.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a little while ago, but that's yeah. See how my photo is there next to the post? So some people don't know how to do that, and you can do it manually. It's not exactly totally easy, but yeah, you can do it manually, or you can use Alex's plugin, the G-Activator plugin, which is one of the bonuses, in order to make sure that whenever you put blog posts up on your own websites, that you have that there, and it draws people's eyes more to it, and they're more likely to get clicked on. So I think that's really, really handy. Plus, there's also other parts of that software that allows you to get your images ranked really well in Google image search. So,
absolutely.
So that's really worthwhile. Another bonus is one that I negotiated with Alex. It's called WordPress Traffic Recycler, and it's a powerful exit script. It allows you to insert custom pop-ups per page, or even offer rebates if you want to, or ask for the opt-in for people's names and email addresses, or you can send traffic elsewhere through your affiliate link using this WordPress Traffic Recycler. And I think that's really, really, really powerful bonus. It's simple but highly effective method of getting a lot more out of your traffic. And then you'll notice there are several other great bonuses on the page. Automated content cache is a really good bonus. G-Traffic Loophole shows you how a loophole tactic for getting low-cost Google AdWords traffic. But I don't want to take away too much away from the product itself. Even though these bonuses are really good, the product itself is well worth joining, without any bonuses. And the fact that it's $5 for 7 days means that you could try it out, build a link wheel for yourself, and you can cancel it within the 7 days, and then it's only costed you $5. So, it's not a bad idea. Some people get worried about getting locked into long-term monthly memberships, but you may find that you wind up building link wheels for a couple of months. Then, if you don't want to carry on doing that link building method, then your link wheels will still stay there. If you do wind up cancelling a couple of months later, that's not wasted time. That means that you've built up a whole bunch of links to your websites. But you may find that it becomes a part of your overall strategy that you just keep doing is on an ongoing basis to help get more and more of your pages on your websites ranking highly in the search engines, and it just becomes part of your routine. So anyway, I've got questions from people. I've got someone asking, can your plugin be used to create authorship for YouTube videos?
No, it cannot. It's right now it only works with blogs.
Yep, no, that's cool. Someone said that they just checked out my page and my little boy's adorable. Thanks, Lisa. That's great. Do the links that we've built in Authority Link Network stay even if we cancel Rankbuilder at some stage?
Absolutely. Yeah. Once you've posted your content somewhere with us, it's yours, and we're not touching it.
Scott's asking, how would this actually help me make money? Does it help me to drive more traffic to a site that I'm selling something on?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that that you're going to be making money essentially is that either you've got your own product, or you've got an affiliate product that you want to promote, and you figured out that if you get traffic when certain people type things in Google, that if they type whatever word it is and they end up on your website, you're going to make money. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can make that happen. You can either pay Google to send them to your website when they type it in Google, or you can get links to your pages, and your page will automatically appear in the top rankings of Google, and you'll get a whole bunch of free traffic. And the fun thing about it is that once your page is there, most of the time it's not going anywhere, even if you're not working on it anymore. So people keep coming, keep buying stuff, keep giving you money for work that you did a long time ago, and you're off doing something else.
Cool. No, that makes total sense. Is this good for bum marketers? And there are people that say they make all their money without owning their own websites. Let's say, for instance, somebody owns a Squidoo lens that promotes an affiliate product. Okay, they've set one up, they've monetized it, and they just want to bump that up high in the search engine rankings. Or maybe they own a Kindle book that sells for $3 and it's on Amazon Kindle, and they just want to point some links at it to get it ranking higher in Google naturally. Is this good for that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's anything that you want to get ranked in Google, it's good for that. It could be even if you take your video and you put it on YouTube, on the real YouTube website, not you embed a YouTube video in your website. You take your video and you put it on YouTube itself, and then you use Rankbuilder to build links to your YouTube URL. That YouTube URL will rank highly in Google and on YouTube. When people search for your keywords, your video will come up on top of the search results on YouTube. And that's not even on your own website. It's a video on YouTube. You could promote that. You could promote your Squidoo lens. You could promote your hub. You could promote your Amazon listing. You could promote your book. Really, the sky's the limit. Anywhere that you could benefit from having links and extra traffic coming, you can promote it using this. There's no limit to where you can send the traffic and the links.
Okay, that's great to hear. Now, do people get unlimited use of this while they're a member? And the reason why a couple of people have asked that is because they've got clients, like search engine clients, like people that are people that have websites that they're just trying to boost up the rankings for maybe local businesses and so forth. Like, is it worth buying for somebody that that's a search engine professional that has clients?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, that's quite a bit of our client base is people who do that because, first of all, using this kind of technology, it's very, very easy to rank for your local clients. And I have people that charge hundreds of dollars a month for, like doing 10 minutes of work a month with the software. It's just silly, number one. And number two, gosh, I just kind of lost myself there thinking about one client in particular. All she does is build very small websites for local clients, and all she does is use Rankbuilder to promote it. And she's got all these nice testimonials and having a lot of success. So that being said, that's a lot of our membership base. And so if you imagine creating 1,000 different profiles for every one of your customers, imagine doing that manually. No, it's just not possible. So absolutely, the beautiful thing about this the software is that you could be working on 100 different projects at the same time if you want, and you can all save them neatly with their name and their files and their profiles and their hubs, and then you close one, you go into the other, and there's no limit to how many projects you can run, how many links you can build. If you want to run this thing 24 hours a day, go for it.
Yeah, I know some people wind up setting up a little website for themselves where they sell their link building services, and then they'll go and post on different forums like the Warrior Forum, on their Filarama Forum in the services section, or in other places, all about the services that they provide. And this is one of those particular services, and they'll charge as part of a package maybe $40 or something, and it might take them half an hour's work to fulfill that. Not all of you guys want to do manual work for money like that, but then again, it can be a good way to get yourself being able to quit your day job faster so that you can do all this online stuff. So if you do have clients, it can be very, very profitable. Got more questions. How many links are you allowed to build per day using this software?
Okay, the answer, there's no limit. You can really build as many as you want, or the software comes preloaded with 2,000 different websites in it. Okay, so if you built one link from each one of those websites to one of your websites every day, that would be 2,000 links per website per day. I wouldn't recommend that you do that. That wouldn't be proper usage of the thing, but we won't stop you from doing it if you want to do it. So you can really build as many as you want. And the other thing is, in certain ones of the modules, you could actually add more websites in there than we've got. So you can load your own in there. And the reason why that is that if you go and you get some of your own and you put them in there on top, that makes it extra powerful. So we didn't want to limit it that way, but we did want to have it be super powerful out of the box with about 2,000 unique websites in there already.
Okay, cool. And Nick's asking, does my PC have to be on for the link building process to run?
It does, actually, yes. If your PC, this runs on your PC, so if your PC is off, the link building process will stop.
Okay, but if let's say you leave your PC off over the weekend and then you turn it back on, and let's say there were some links that were scheduled to be built say on the Saturday and the Sunday, like let's say it was all done over timed, does that mean that they'll just get built on the Monday, or does that mean that the process gets set back by a couple of days?
Normally it'll cycle through it as long as the computer is on. The computer would have to be on for it to basically activate. That's actually a question that I've never gotten before, and it's a good question. What happens if your computer's not on when the auto scheduler is supposed to run? And I believe that the answer to that is that your campaign does not run, and that you have to go in there and reschedule it. So it'll still be there loaded, but it won't run automatically on the next available day. It'll say, what did not run, computer not on, and then so you'll have to.
So it'll just carry on with your sequence.
Okay,
so it just runs while your computer's on. All right. So that means it's not for Macintosh owners. Then they'll have to have Parallels or something like that running to run it on a Mac.
I have run it on Parallels. I can't say that it runs as well as it does on a PC. It is doable. Unfortunately, it's not. It's not as smooth. So, would definitely prefer to use it on a PC.
Okay. All right. No, that's good to know. Got Peter saying, okay, real newbie question. Sorry. Let's say I have a link in Mark Ling's blog. Do I then send traffic to the URL in Mark's blog and my backlink appears on, or what?
You certainly wouldn't want to send traffic to Mark's blog. No, I'm just kidding about that. Mark has an excellent blog. You may want to send traffic there, but for your own selfish purposes, no, you don't want to send traffic there. But you may want, if you have a link, if Mark, for example, if you write a content piece and it's featured somewhere on Mark's blog, so you have your link somewhere on Mark's blog, and you build links to that page on Mark's blog, your link will become more valuable, yes. So you kind of do understand how this works when you ask that question.
So why wouldn't Google see these as unnatural links? That's what Kelly's asking, during their updates.
Okay, well, the thing is, how are they going to notice is the question. So if you use, there's ways that they are going to notice, and they are if you use too much of the same anchor text, and if you interlink all your, all your links and stuff together. Oh goodness, I was scared there. I thought the computer died. Everything went dark for an instant. Yeah, Mark, can you just tell me where I was, because I thought the computer exploded there, and I.
Oh no, sure. We got asked, like, will they get flagged by Google Updates?
Okay, so no, they won't. So no, they won't get flagged as long as you do things properly. Okay, whenever you do any search engine optimization, here's the truth: if you do no SEO, no search engine optimization, you will get nowhere. So in order to get somewhere, you need to do some SEO. That's just the rock bottom truth of things. The sad or happy rock bottom truth of things. If you don't do any SEO, you can't get anywhere. So you must do SEO. Now the question is, there are, can you do it 100% totally foolproof so that you'll never get hurt no matter what happens? No, you can't. But you can do it really well and make sure that you won't get in trouble. And in the training, we show you how to do it that way, and in this webinar, I've also shown you how to do it that way, which is to vary your anchor text, use a lot of naked links, don't over-optimize your on pages, and don't interlink your websites together too much. And really, that's it. If you follow those guiding principles, things are going to work out for you. The vast, vast, vast majority of the time.
Okay, so Dan's asking, can you set the amount of links and the schedule at which the links are built?
Yes, the way that you do that, you can't schedule it. You can't say, like, I want 3 links on Monday and then I want 11 on Tuesday. The way that you do it is you'll load in 30 websites in there, okay, and you'll say start on day 1 and finish on day 10. And so since it's got 30 in there, it'll do 3 a day every day. But you can't say 1 on Monday and then 8 on Tuesday and then 3 on Wednesday. It'll be 3 a day until it's done. So evenly distributed.
If in the event that I may need to remove some of these links, is that even doable?
Not really, in my experience. I mean, you know, a lot of these accounts, it really depends. Some of these accounts, you have total control over yourself. You know, so if you want to log in there and remove your content, you're absolutely free to do so. They're your accounts. You've got the username. You've got the password. If you want to go and delete it, they're your property, so you can do that absolutely. So actually, I don't know why I said no at first. The answer is mostly yes. It's just that, you know, though they would be a ton of links, and you'd have a lot of fun removing them all, depending on how many there were. Now, that being said, I really can't imagine any scenario where you would want to go back and remove them. And I know that Google said that in their emails, but I think it's kind of even a silly idea to try and go and remove past backlinks. Even recent information has shown that backlinks from websites that have been de-indexed from Google actually count and pass link juice. So my opinion is that you shouldn't go back and remove links, but yes, you can if you want to.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. All right. So I'll just make these the last 3 questions, see, because we've gone well over time on this particular webinar. We've gone like an hour over time, and I think you've done really, really well to stick around answering all these questions. But I'll ask these. Luke says, can we have access to some training videos before we purchase?
That's not a bad question. The way that things are set up, no, it's not set up that way. I will consider it, so if you come back to the website in a couple of days, maybe it'll be there. I can't promise you anything. Got a lot of work cut out, and we have to make the training videos public, but it's really not a bad idea, and I definitely will consider it.
People have been asking, can I run these Linkwheels in other languages? And if so, is there anything to be aware of?
The answer is, yes if you want a subpar result, and no if you want a quality result. So that's the truth. You can do it. Will it give you a good result? It won't.
You might have to do it manually then, if in that particular case, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing that you can do in that case, like one way that people use this, some people use this just to create accounts. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you don't even use the submission modules, you might still be getting more bang than your buck than you need for this, because a lot of people use it just to create accounts because they need thousands of accounts and they don't want to do it manually, so they use this software. And so you could use it to create accounts, and then you could post your content manually, and that would work. But it would not work to try and do the whole thing in a foreign language, especially one that has different characters than the English language.
Cool. We've got several people saying that they've just signed up and so forth, which is great. Robert's just typed in, so he's just signed up as well. Paul's just saying that he's signed up, but he can't log into his membership. Is just asking, is the transaction ID the same as the ClickBank order number?
Yes.
Right. Okay,
should be.
That's cool. Cool. Stuart's just typed in that he's signed up. That's awesome. I can't see the names of everyone that's signed up because I'm just the affiliate, so that doesn't show up for me. So I only see it if people actually type in. Paul, if that doesn't work for you, then please contact supportchamps.com and they'll get back to you very, very shortly.
Okay, so this is actually my support desk, and you're going to be claiming some of the bonuses that we're giving you are products that we sell every day, and we license them, meaning that we don't give them away for free, and we don't let people use them for free. You got to buy a license, or you're dead in the water. So in order for me to deliver those bonuses to you, if you've bought, you're going to need to go to my support desk, supportchamps.com. Now, Mark's going to fill you in on this information too, and Mark's going to deliver some of the bonuses. But on my side, I need to create some custom accesses for you. So I need you to send me an email or open a support ticket at supportchamps.com. That's my support desk. Open a ticket there with the title a Philorama Rank Builder bonus. So a Philorama Rank Builder bonus, so that we know what it's about immediately. And if you're not, and contact us with the email address with which you want us to set up your accounts. And if it's not that, then give us the email where you want the accounts to go. Okay, so we're going to create accounts, and you're going to keep them whether you stay with us or not for those special plugins. But you need to write in to supportchamps.com and include your invoice, please, in the ticket, and use the title Philorama Rankbuilder bonus. Thank you.
Cool. Okay. For everyone else out there that's got more questions, feel free to type them in to Alex's support at supportchamps.com. I'm really sorry if we couldn't get to answer your question. There's several hundred people on this particular webinar asking lots of questions, so I've done my best to get all of the common questions asked and also a lot of the other people, a lot of other questions answered. I want to thank you, Alex, for delivering such an informative webinar. I think that even if people want to do this manually, they've learnt how, what Linkwheels are and how to do it. And I think that was really, really valuable, like showing them how to structure them and so forth as well. I think that if anyone's using your software, they still should be planning it out in a similar way, like just set up a little mind map or even do it on a piece of paper just so that they see where it's all going so that it's done right. And I know you've got step-by-step training and so forth inside the members area, so that's great. So once again, thanks so much for the webinar. There's a lot of people typing in fantastic info. Thanks, Mark and Alex. Thanks very much, and so forth. Carrie, who's asking the email address for the bonuses, it's supportchamps.com. It's not an email address. It's just you go to supportchamps.com and you can claim your bonuses from there. All right, guys. Thanks for being with us on this particular webinar. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll join me again for future webinars in the future. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.